What is up, you guys? Hi and welcome back to my channel. We are 3 videos in. Wow, we are officially in 2020. Woo! So today I got a really cool package in the mail and I opened it right away and I wanted to play with it, so I saw it and I was like, okay, it is time, and we are going to be playing with the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Palette. I don't know if it's considered Amrezy or Amrezy. I'm not sure. I always say Amrezy, but whatever. It is such a cute palette. So we're about to get into this and create a cute little pink-ish moment. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's dive into the palette. Let's talk about the colors. Let's talk about the new formulas that they put in there that have never been Anastasia formulas before, and kind of, you know, get a little in-depth feeling about it. So without further ado, let's dig into the palette. Now this is the little PR box that everything came in. It's a really cute little pink glittery moment and I'm here for it. So when you open it up, it's really cute. I love the pink glitter. When you open it up, it has the palette down below and it also comes with this cute mirror, and I'm like, yes, okay, love. Has her name in the back. It's all rhinestoned out, super cute. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dig right into the palette, and like first looks, it is a really pretty palette. One thing I did notice with mine made me a little sad is right here in the little corner, the kind of like packaging started like ripping and breaking. So this may be like a little manufacturer's error or something, but it's like ripped, if you can see, like right at the little seam. It's a little kind of crunchy looking, but it's okay. It's still such a cute palette. One thing you'll notice right off the bat though is this is much larger than your traditional Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. Like, let me grab another one just for like comparison. So I went ahead and I grabbed the Sultry palette, but this is the Amrezy palette. I'm not sure. Now you can see it is a little longer, and I actually believe it comes with 2 additional shades compared to these. Let me just be sure because I'm not 100. So this comes with 14 shades is the original. This beautiful palette comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I was right. It's 2 extra shades, so it brings it to a total of 16. This is the inside of the palette. Let me show you guys the colors up close. I love this color story so much. It is so pretty, and I feel like there's enough color in there for you to feel like you're kind of like going crazy with different colors, but you're not like overdoing it, because I know some people are scared of color, and that's totally okay. So they did mention there was 2 new shades that would technically be a new formula. These are pressed glitters that I guess Anastasia Beverly Hills has never done this before. So I was like, okay, I think I definitely need to dig into it so I can get the full experience. The pressed glitters are actually the shades, let me get that in focus, are the shades Liddy and the shade Gemini are both pressed glitters. They're really pretty. I have seen a few people swatch them. I definitely already want to dig in, so let's just go right into it. So we're gonna dig right in. So we're going into right here into the shade Wasted. Okay, so kind of lightening up my lid here with this color because my concealer I used for my lids is a little dark. Okay, so I'm gonna dig into the shade OG, which is this really pretty little tan shade right here. And I am going to press that on. Wow, these are pigmented. So I'm just like off the bat, I just start off darkening my outer V because the colors I want to work with are very light. And I want to make sure that they like pop contrasted against the darker colors. So we're gonna go with OG, and we're like pressing that into my outer V. Just gonna wing it out a little bit. So I'm gonna use the little clean side to kind of buff that OG shade upwards so I can get rid of those excessively harsh lines. Now I'm gonna dig into the shade 1988, which is this beautiful like deep chocolatey brown right here. So we're gonna pack that right here. One thing I do adore about like Anastasia like colors is because the colors just together, the formulas just work. I've had palettes, I actually have palettes that the colors just won't blend properly, at least in my personal opinion. I know some people have had different experiences, and that's totally okay, you know, to each their own, yada yada yada. But I personally have experience with palettes that just, it's the same company, girl, and they still won't blend out, and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that was a thing. So a little bit of OG to buff all that out. So I'm bringing that same little shade from 1988 like deeper into my crease to be able to kind of create a little bit of dimension. And now I'm going to use this really cute Morphe brush that I have that came in their holiday collection, and I'm going to do kind of like a repeat of what I just did but on my lower lash line to be able to smoke everything out. So I'm going to use the shade 1988 first to be able to darken. Woo, this brush picked up a lot. To be able to darken up my outer edge right here. Then I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I used earlier for the shade OG, which was the same one I used to kind of buff out my top lid. And I'm going to buff out this shade and kind of connect the wing already. So it creates a full winged out fantasy. Nice. Like, I love how soft these shades. I will say, depending on the brush you use, especially how the bristles are like aligned, if they're straight down, I know how some brushes kind of have like they're tapered, so like the bristles will start lower and then they go higher. If you're using like a flat brush or anything, bear in mind there will be a little bit of fallout, especially when you press, because that's something with Anastasia palettes. They are like more softly pressed. Am I mad about it? No, they blend out nicely. It's just like I've said this in my previous videos, and I will bring it into this one. Fallout does not mean that a palette is bad. It just means you may want to press a little softer. And then I've seen some people literally go and blow out the fallout. I'm like, girl, you just wasted all that product. You might as well have just gone back in with your brush, picked up that little bit of fallout, and put it in your eye. It is just the same thing as eyeshadow. Just think about it as a loose pigment instead. Like, it's not that hard to be a little creative every now and again, you know? And now I'm going to use a little bit of this black shade called BK. Burger King. I've had Burger King forever. I don't know if that's what she meant to say with that for BK, but now I want some BK fries. But we're going to go in with BK, and we're going to go ahead and pop it by my lash line to further like lift the eye up. I get so scared to play with black when I'm using brown colors because it could get muddy really fast. So you're always better starting off light and then adding as you need, because it gets messy quick. Okay, so anytime I go in with black, I always use the same color I used earlier, whatever lightest color I use that the black went over, to kind of buff out the corners. You don't want to go so low into your color because, like I said, it will get muddy very quick. So you kind of just want to go over the top edge, especially for my wrinkly lid babes, because, you know, the struggle, girl. And then just buff it out. So it kind of just brings the whole outer corner together, and it looks a little more seamless. It can't just be me that one day, like, one of your eyes looks better and then the next day another eye looks better. Like, that's not just me, right? Just thought I'd ask, because it seems to be an issue on this side of town. So we're gonna go ahead and dig into 3 different shades. I want to stay more on the pinky rosy tones. So this Resi shade or Reezy shade is a little too pinky for me. I want it to keep it a little more bright and bubblegummy. This one's very flamingo-y to me. I want to use this whole row right here. So basically from Cupcake, Liddy, and Barb, which Barb is like a very stunning, almost like a metallic foil kind of color. Liddy is a pressed glitter. It's a brand new formula, and Cupcake, I believe, is like a traditional shimmer. So I'm excited. We're gonna go in with this little flat Morphe brush so we can get a little bit of precision up in this look. I'm gonna go and dig into the shade Cupcake first. And I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh, I picked up a lot. It's so buttery. That's one thing I noticed too. When it comes to the mattes with ABH, the mattes are a little more dusty. Not that they're bad, they are a little dusty. They blend in beautifully. But the shimmers are always so buttery, and I love that because it'll just stick to the lid. This is such a pretty freaking pink. I was initially patting it in, but I realized like if you grab a nice amount with the brush, you could literally kind of just smooth it onto your lid. Like, this is so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now with the shade Liddy. I'm just like a little frightened because this is a pressed glitter and I don't know how it's gonna react. I've had really bad experiences with pressed glitters before that I really love my makeup. I put it on and it just like whatever they use that it's like adhesive, whatever they use to formulate the pressed glitters, it has ruined my eyeshadow before. I'm not specifically talking about Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I am talking about just pressed glitters in general. So they're a little terrifying to me. So we're gonna go in with the brush. It doesn't really, I just like scooped out the whole shade. Oops. Okay, we're gonna press her back in there with the same brush, girl. I'm gonna kind of scoop up a little bit of the shadow that I just f***ed up. And I'm gonna kind of swipe it on there. Okay, that worked. That totally worked. My honest opinion on the glitters, they're beautiful. They adhere beautifully. I do feel a little bit of fallout, but that's probably because I picked up way too much. I'm kind of trying to like maneuver most of that glitter back into the pan, girl. So I'm gonna use the shade Barb, which is super pretty and metallic. And I'm going to pop that into my inner corner. And also on the lower lash line, kind of connecting the top and the bottom. I like doing that because it kind of brightens up my eye a little more. I am not liking picking it up with this brush, so I think I'm going to change it up. And I'm going to use Morphe M326 brush. Is a tiny little paddle brush. And I'm going to go into the shade Barb again and press much better. I did notice with this color, it is like kind of duochromatic. It has this really pretty kind of goldish greeny undertone, and it's weird, but it's so cool looking. Like, I'm here for it. So I'm gonna grab that same color and I'm gonna drag it towards the bottom like lash line, because I like to look like I'm crying in glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and apply these really pretty lashes from J Lash so I can complete the look, and I will be right back. Okay, so I just stuck on my lashes. I won't be surprised if they actually start lifting up off the corner, because that is very usual for me, because like I have the hardest time sticking on lashes. I don't know why, it just never fails. Like, I mean, but it looks good, so we're just gonna hope for the best, girl, because you're looking cute. I wanted to use one shade from the palette to highlight. I'm really thinking of leaning towards Barb, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this little highlighting brush from the Morphe Holiday Collection, and I'm just going to go in. Ooh, that worked as a really pretty highlight. Wow, didn't know it did that. I also realized I probably should have just gone traditional and keep it, you know, in the Amrezy realm or Amrezy realm. I probably should have just highlighted with the stunning and ever so beautiful Amrezy highlighter. I feel this is like sold out everywhere. Everybody's going so crazy trying to look for it. Mine's looking a little crazy and a little beat up, but she's still real pretty or whatever. This is a stunning highlight. I already did use the palette and one of the colors in there for highlighter, but that's fine. I'm going to use just a smidge of this over it just to give that little golden glow. God, I forgot how much I love this highlighter. All right, you guys, so that is it. This is the completed look. I feel sickening, stunning, very sunset, pink lemonade. Take me to Bali, take me out to Bora Bora. Like the sun just kissed me and we had a whole moment. Like, that's how I look. That's how I feel, even though my lashes never want to cooperate. Overall, stunning palette, stunning formulation, absolutely obsessed. Like, highly recommend, especially for somebody who wants to play maybe with a little more pops of color but is too scared to try. I would recommend it. The colors blended out beautifully, everything blended out like a dream. The glitter was my only little mishap, but that doesn't mean I don't love the way it looks on my eyes. Like the reflex of it are so pretty. That rose gold tone is what really set the whole thing for me. If you guys did enjoy today's video, I would really appreciate if you would give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Make sure you hit that little bell notification so you can get notified every single time I post, which I don't have a schedule, so once we get there, we'll get there and we'll talk about it. But for now, girl, I'll go with the flow. Whatever products I genuinely like and I want to try out and I want to get a first impression. I literally got this in the mail today and I was like, okay, let me just dig in. So if you guys have any recommendations of products that are going to be coming out soon and you want me to try out, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. But that is it, you guys. I really appreciate you. I love you guys the most, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. I'll see you on the next one, which I have no idea when it will be. Bye.